Welcome back to the Alpine Chamois, part of the Big Game Record series. We had success with the Welsford Trophy. Got a message from Riley, who's the son. He says they've still got the skull. It's just needs a mint condition skin to put over it, which is awesome. And also, they've got the a copy of the page from the Banwell book on the fridge. So that's pretty cool. The trouble was, as Riley says, that the old man doesn't have social media and never has, so it would have been a bit tough for Bruce to get hold of him over on the coast there back in the day. But that's pretty cool. Getting a message from Riley Welsford. Logan Welsford also saw the story there on TikTok, who is a cousin of Riley, so a nephew. Pretty good stuff. Hopefully one day we see the head skin on the Welsford Trophy and see it presented, which would be cool. So yeah, the shot there that we have for the Quinton J. Welsford must have been shortly after it had been shot, because yeah, they're looking for a head skin. So if you've got a good head skin, send it over to the West Coast. Let's get this thing mounted. Anywho, we said we'd be looking at Paul V. Collins from the Wilberforce Valley, which is not too far from me here in Ashburton. Of course, it's the Rakaia River, 1981. Just became a official member of the Rakaia NZDA, with NZDA memberships being renewed this month. 1981, I said that. Of course, it's a chamois. It's 11 by 1 by 11 by 2. And girth at base of horn is 3 and 5 both sides. Scores 29.5. The fact that the Alpine Chamois, by its very name and similar to its traditional habit in its native homeland, was once considered to be an entirely high-altitude animal here in New Zealand, is perhaps born out of the story of the securing of this particular buck. He was sighted high above the river flats about halfway up the steep bluffs, constituting what is known as the Scar Cliff, a feature which lies between the Kiwi and Kakapo streams, tributaries of the Wilberforce River, and around about one-third of the way up the major valley of the Rakaia River catchment. Collins could only manage to stalk to within about 400 metres of his quarry due to the rugged nature of the country and ground conditions, but armed with a .270 Magnum, he took careful aim and, taking the shot, saw the buck bound off out of sight across the face covered with snow. Following a good hour of climbing, Collins duly arrived at the spot where he last saw the buck before it disappeared from his sight, there to find it dead some 200 metres further on. The mountain face was very icy and extremely dangerous. Collins, finding himself in difficulties after carrying the carcass to a higher point from where he had thought he could retreat with safety, he soon realised how dangerous the situation had become, particularly with carrying the carcass. Leaving the carcass where it was and descending the face, Collins and his companion returned the following day, and with the aid of a nylon rope managed to retrieve his trophy buck, the horns of which turned out to be much superior than at first thought, and the successful hunter was later very surprised at the outcome of the measuring and assessment. Good on you. Righto, next up we have Peter J. Harker, Gap Peak, Edison River, Mahitahi Valley, 1971. As always, make sure you're subscribed and we'll see you there for that one. This is the New Zealand Big Game Record Series, the Alpine Chamois, Volume 7, written and compiled for the New Zealand Deerstalkers Association Incorporated by D. Bruce Banwell. Published by Halcyon Press, a division of Halcyon Publishing Limited, PO Box 360 Auckland, 1140 New Zealand. Printed by Prolong Press, China. Copyright 2013 D. Bruce Banwell. First published 2013. All rights reserved.